Maybe we are not ready, maybe we don't have enough wisdom. So, the wisdom that works with the heart is when we have this intuition. It manifests, we know. But in the negativity that works with the ego most of the time, or just the mind, the cold words, or all these lies, we believe more in that. But just to make sure that something wrong is going to happen, or sometimes we go to the psychics. I'm feeling bad. Can you tell me what is that? But not that it's feeling good, Sometimes when we have some negativity, we want some answer. But always we can ask ourselves, And always we start saying, very clear answer, very clear answer, very clear answer. Sometimes people say, beloved inner son. Should I go to the right or to the left? And if you are in a power place, for example, when we are walking in some of these power places, that day you have the answer. Very clear, you can feel it. More than in the mind, you feel in the body. You feel that joy to be alive in relation with that. There is no more fear. There isn't doubt, you see? It's just natural. So, we are talking about the 7 relations or the 7 harmonies. Continuing, because we've been talking about the 7 qualities of the light, okay? So now we will explain about the 7 stones that we call the chumpicuyas, the cuyas. But first, maybe we have questions. Preguntas. Is that clear?
How long will you be staying here before you go back?
I go tomorrow to
Melbourne.
Melbourne. I'll be 3 days and then I go LA and then to Peru. I stay 3 days and then and home. Then Cusco, Machu Picchu, Titicaca. Well, I stay more time in Peru.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So you talked about the 7 qualities
Yeah.
of light, beginning with the clarity, and then the luminosity.
Yeah, the first one we mentioned, clarity.
Mhm.
The second, transparency.
Transparency.
Yes. Then we have luminosity. Warmth. Enthusiasm for life. There is a word, I can't get the right. It seems in the Old English it is similar. That is fulgurant. Fulgurante. Fulgurant. But I was looking in one of the dictionaries, shows as a aglow. Aglow. Do you know that word, aglow?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
You glow.
Is it light? Yeah. Is it light?
The light, yes.
Kind of lit from
Yeah.
within. Brilliance.
Brilliance, yes. But this kind of light,
Inside.
it comes from inside,
Yeah, lit from
but it
within.
makes like this,
Pulses.
like a pulses, because it's like it's bowling, bowling, when water boiling. It's like boiling, It's like enthusiast for life,
Effervescent.
and all the light is enthusiast for life. And you can see that when the sun rises, all the plants, the animals, the stones, even stone people is shining brighter. The animals, the baby lambs or llamas, whatever animal is jumping. Some of the animals, they're facing the sun with their hands like this, or the legs like this. It's so funny, all the ways, how is the enthusiasm? The plants, some flowers open the petals, because at the night some they close, and some others, like the sunflower facing, waiting the sunrise, sunset. Well, everything is so much connected with the Father Son.
The seven? There are 7 qualities?
Yes, so we are in,
To glow.
6 are in a glow.
the other one is brightness. The brightness of the inner sun, the brightness of the heart, or the brightness of the soul. You know, as a complement. We're not saying that we don't need bright minds, because the real bright mind is the wise mind. That is when is coherence between the brightness of the inner sun, or the heart with the mind. We used to say there is a bridge between the mind and the heart. As much we use that bridge, the bridge becomes wider, 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 and wider, until it disappears, the bridge, which is the truth. Doesn't exist such a bridge. We create in the mind, you know.
The
But
seven.
the importance is to create that coherence. But this is scientifically proven. You know, the people from the heart map, they put you the computers and some instruments, you know, they measure everything, all the emotions. Even with the dogs, with the horses, how is your connection? Even in silence, you know, there is meetings of people, and how is the coherence of a group of people who is meditating, for example. Okay? So people is not talking. Right now, it must be a great coherence, connecting. So that's why we say it's not only about for information for the mind, it's energy. We are building the foundations of this new building. So we used to say, we are in this new day like the first one who had been building Machu Picchu. The ones who start to put the most difficult part, maybe. The ones who trust that they can build in the most difficult place, probably, you know, in middle of the nowhere, in middle, you know, in these mountains where they had to create, because like 70% of the building is not what you see, 70% is more or less what is inside. You know, the foundations, all the support to hold all the mountains there. It's a lot of work. The first ones, they haven't seen Machu Picchu like we see today. Okay? So probably they saw the foundations. But they had the joy to be part of it, to put their love, service, and wisdom on these stones that still now we can feel that presence, that energy. This is one of the aspects that makes so special. So, the brightness, and the other one is the light or the enlightenment. Okay? So, we've been talking about the 7 mothers, many 7s, huh? You know, we went to Asia to do some workshop, and my friends there, they really like it, all these trainings, you know, with the solar practices and all of that. So they want to translate the book. And And they brought an idea. They said, let's do some cards. I said, oh, that's interesting. So, but I thought they had all the plan. And when I said, how many cards? You should know. I said, I don't know anything about cards. But anyway, let's start, because you know, to give us the opportunity. By some reason is that idea there. So I was explaining, I said, you know, what we do here is we give a hand to the Mother Earth, to the Father Son, you know. We give a hand to manifest their dream, their service in this reality. So I said, well, let's do the same. Let's give the opportunity to the apokunas, 7 apos, 7 qualities of the light, the 7 mothers, the 7 power places, you know, all the 7. So then, how many is going to be? 7 times 7, which is the Inka or pre-Inka flag. 7 colors by 7 colors. It is when 2 rainbow flags coming together, which is one male and female, we call, together, makes this flag that has 7 colors by 7 colors. So we had 49 cards. So soon we will have maybe at the end of this year here, the English version of the cards with the Andean wisdom of the Andean tradition. The 7 solar practices, but many beautiful 7 gifts, we can say, from the Inca culture. So one of these 7s is the 7 stones we use for anchoring the blessings. You know, sometimes we want to be in service and we don't know how, because sometimes we believe that we don't have the initiations, we don't have this, we don't have that, especially at the mind. You know, we just can just bring our hands, okay? Bring our hands. And then, you know, Reiki and magnified healing. I don't know if you're familiar with magnified healing. They said it was brought by the beloved Master Panjin. Panjin?
Panjin.
And it was interesting, many techniques. But from the Andean world, one of the ways that we anchor the blessings, we've been talking about it. Everything is ready for service, we just have to call. You know, when we understand that we are one life, all the cells are, what the cells does, or in the blood, the red, the whites, how they assist immediately to any situation. Something is not working, all the body heals itself. But of course, we need some of the medicine to make sure that it will work, to guarantee, we say. It's very interesting. And even in my family, I was talking, you know, I was having some problem with the colon, something. So I was doing some work. I broke some stone, something. So the doctor says, you know, you will need the medicine. I didn't want to take it. But, you know, to everybody tranquil, I have a little bag of many medicines, injection, you know, for the pain or this kind. I will take it if I need. Okay, at least something, okay, to make sure. But, you know, I have it, and I don't use it, and perfect, you know, because just with that light in the heart, surrender it, same like that, many things, you know, many things, healing by ourselves, feeding the soul, let the light. Many people with very serious disease, very serious, change the diet of the food and the work connection with the light, they heal. But of course, the doctor says, you know, what kind of doctor, where you went to get these medicines, whatever, but it wasn't. Only light and the food. Perfect. Working 100%. 100%. You know, I've just been in Denver, that one of my friends says, no, went to another test, doesn't return, has some kind of cancer or something. it's okay, but that's the joy of life, the person, how is appreciating life, after to face that, there is no more solution, this is terrible. So the thing is, everything is there. We just have to call. So one of the ways that our ancestors practice is using the stone people, and this is we call the chumpicuyas. In some places they use 5. In many places nowadays they use the 7 stones. Some people call this the apus. Apu is the spirit of the mountain, okay? The spirit of the mountain. But some other, they just call the eyes, that connecting with the physical eye. The chakras we call in 3 different ways. One way is bell, chumpi. Chumpi, you see, this is a bell, this is a chumpi. Kuya is the stone, chumpi kuyas, they work together. So we call ñawis also the energetic centers. Ñawi is the eyes. But anyway, if it's a belt or whatever we call, in each point there is 7 stones, and each has 1, the 1, 2, the 2, 3, 7, the 7. 7 points. How do you call knobs? How do you call the shape?
Oh,
Knobs?
yeah, like points.
Points, yeah.
Points on it. How many is how many? So there's 1, 2.
1, 2, according with it. Okay, according of the number, because that number, the 4 has 4, but there was a word called knobs, knobs?
Knobs?
Knobs.
Knobs and knob.
Knobs. Okay, this one has 3 knobs. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
could
you
call
have
them
there
points.
with 3, 4.
Yeah.
So that one, for example, it's interesting.
Did you ever find out what they were?
Did you-
When you took the picture of the
Oh,
symbols online?
oh, they were, some has different symbols, yeah. I was talking with some of the people there. They say that different elders will put different symbols,
Uh-huh.
but the tradition that it's running more is the ones, these more modern ones, we can say.
Mm-hmm.
So how does it work? This has 3 circles, also the other ones. All these chumpicuyas has 3 circles. What is these 3 circles? Love, service, and wisdom. Munay, Yanka, Yachen. What is that? That's the power. The power, what is that power? That's light. From where does it come, that light? Depending from where we want to bring. For example, with the number 1 is the key. What for? To open the bubble. So we believe each of us, we are a bubble of light. Okay? Besides that belief, we believe also each cell is a sun, a little sun. We are containers of suns. But in other ways, we are a bubble of light. The bubble of light, only our soul can give permission. So to open the soul, first we do a little cleansing. Because remember, this is about healing, reprogramming, refreshing, remembering, reconnecting, anchoring the blessings. Huh? From where? From the multiverse. So, when we are talking about healing, it is because we feel there is some energies in this harmony. Okay? It is because we believe there is some wound. And remember, if we have a wound in the physical body, we cut. What we do the first thing? The first thing we do is to try to keep clean. We wash it. Okay? So it doesn't get contaminated. Okay? So we clean. So, before we open, we do a little cleansing with Florida water or oils with the hands, all around the body of the person. Then we pull down. Some others will use a feather. Feathers calling from the highest consciousness, Apupunas, masters, light beings, pulling to the Mother Earth.